time ever hopping on to a Now Lifestyle webinar, and we just want to welcome you here. Adam's got the reins. It looks like he's taken over the chat on Facebook. For any of our friends that happen to be plugged into, so usually we do these in the Now Lifestyle conference room, but we wanted to just make sure that everything would stream right and had no issues. I know that the development team's been hard at work on that conference room. And so we wanted to make sure that we came in loud and clear for our final webinar of 2018 for you tonight.
Yep.
So if anyone happens to be in the Now Lifestyle conference room and wants to just shoot out well, actually, I don't think you can. I think you have to be a moderator. So I'm going to pop over real quick, unless you want to, honey.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Babe, I'm managing the Facebooks.
It's all good. While I'm pulling this up, you wanna talk to people about what we're gonna discuss tonight?
Hey guys, yeah, we're really excited to talk to you guys tonight because we're at the end of the year, and Ashleigh and I have been doing a lot of reminiscing and thinking and just pondering about what last year.
Like the corners of my mind.
Ashleigh's been doing a lot of.
She's
been doing a lot of singing lately.
I have been.
But we've been thinking about where we came from a year ago and our journey from offline to online in this industry. And we thought this would be a really cool time to just open up and shoot you straight, because I know that you guys have seen Ashleigh and I kind of, I'll just start being transparent now. You've seen us tear this business up really hard and fast. You've seen us go from no list online, no downline, to being blessed enough to come on and talk to you guys every week from a leadership standpoint, and have one of the fastest growing teams in the company. And that I know that you guys have seen that. Hang on.
Sorry about it.
You got to hit the mute button. Otherwise, there's all this going on.
Sorry, babe.
Anyways, technology. We're still new. Anyways, but you've seen us kind of do some of those things that come up to build a really fast growing team and create an income online. And I just want you guys to know there's no secret behind it. The thing that Ashleigh and I did when we came online was we wanted to build our business. I should button my shirt up.
I was just going to say, wow, you were just showing a lot of skin there.
That's my man hair.
Sorry about that. But what we really wanted to do.
I don't apologize. I worked hard on these and these.
It's true. It's true.
Anyways.
What we really wanted to do tonight was just recap the year, give you a year in review. And so really talk about, where we started, what we did, lessons that we learned, and what is next.
Yeah. So, but we want to be transparent with you, and we'll just start back last February, because I think this is an important journey for us to take you on. And the reason is simple. We don't lie to people. We don't mislead people. If we're a part of something, it's because it works. And if we're not a part of something, it's because it's broken. And so we joined Now Lifestyle this last February after we found something online that was broken, and we lost money and we couldn't get any traction. And the best thing that we ever did was we sold out to ourselves. And we had been sold out to ourselves in the 3LE team for a long time. But we wanted to take that thing from where it was and just steer it to where we knew it could go as a team and as a group of entrepreneurs.
And here's where, so when we got started with Now Lifestyle was not our first, it was our first serious business journey online. Prior to that, we were involved in a high ticket business.
Best thing we ever did too.
It was, but we lost thousands of dollars.
I have a question.
I don't think I'll ever get back the time that I spent, the month and a half, 3 months that I spent in this office. I understand that. But so we had time invested, we had money invested, and just like that, overnight, the company was gone. Shut down. And at that point in Adam and I's life, being brand new to the online space, now granted, we were offline network marketers for a long time, but we wanted to come build something special online. We wanted to have a platform online. We wanted to build a team online. We wanted to understand how to grow our network, because the people that we were learning from offline built it offline. And that's not something we wanted to do, because we wanted time freedom as well as financial freedom. And so I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that when that company folded, that we didn't just grumble and point fingers and blame everybody else for the decisions that we made for our business. We made the decision to invest. And so instead of taking that and rolling over and giving up, we made a decision that we were going to learn from what we were going to take what we learned, and we were going to apply it to the next thing.
Yeah.
And that's when we stumbled upon a YouTube video shot by a guy that we now know very well. And we took a look at this business.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, Ashleigh said she was never going to get her time back. But here's the thing. The more that you go through and learn in this industry, the more powerful that you become.
Mm-hmm.
And what we learned when we found something that worked was that we were able to empower people. We had the ability to tap into a system, give it or gift it to people and help them. And that tool is called the 3LET. And what we've decided to do here is be honest with you about what our life looked like in the last 10 months, which has been awesome, by the way. We've got to meet so many amazing people. I see Janet's on tonight, and she's just such an awesome woman. Her and her husband, they're just rock stars. And we got to meet Joel Therien personally, and Daniel, and so many of the Now Lifestyle leaders, Dave Gardner, the Webergs. And it's been a blast. It's been fun. All the while, we just stayed focused on building our team around the Now Lifestyle vehicle. Okay. And so we can go back and let's just start last February, because you guys got to understand something if you're going to build a business online. There's going to be sacrifices. Why? Because it's business, folks. It's a business. This is not a sign up and do this, that, and the other thing. And all of a sudden, let me tell you something. There's a reason that we're here today. It's because we spent at least, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys, at least 40 hours a week in this office, sitting in front of this computer building this thing. Mm-hmm. Our first year online, we made, probably just under $50,000. Wasn't anything spectacular or awesome, but I've come to learn from thousands of people that no one does that their first year online. Well, everybody used to say, well, there's just such a small percentage of people that make money like that the first year online. And I'm like, well, who are you comparing yourself to? Because I wanted to be one of them. Mm-hmm. There's only this percentage of people that make it. I said, awesome, thank you. And I'm even more motivated than ever.
Out of millions of people, by the way. So that's a lot of folks, but like perception, right? Let's look at this through the right lens.
It motivates me to know that very few people do this, because I don't want to be like other people. If you watched our first webinar, I told you a simple statement. I'm going to say it again. Observe the masses and do the opposite.
Always. And it was one of those things too, that as we sat back, we saw, we followed other marketers. We see people online and we're like, all right, I gotta be honest. Some of them give you hope. It's like, if that person can do it, I know that we can do this. We're capable of this. But what we had to learn first, everyone, is that we had to become students, and we had to become serious students of literally educating ourselves in how to be business owners. I'm not talking about taking orders from your coach. I'm talking about, yes, plugging into the resources that are available to you, no matter what opportunity you're a part of, plugging into those things, but taking that information, applying it, and iterating on it, making it yours, and truly beginning to unlock pieces of your brain that you haven't had to use before.
In your heart.
Yeah. And taking ownership of it. So for us, it was like, we just became sponges.
Yeah.
We would sit in this office together night after night, just learning. And here's the thing. I want to break this down, that while we did that and people are like, well, that's not time freedom. No, it's not. But we understand the fundamentals of business, and you have to build a solid foundation. We wanted to build a business based on a rock, not on sand.
Yeah.
And if we were going to treat this like a part-time thing or like a hobby, it was going to pay us like a hobby.
Yeah.
And so for Adam and I, we understand that small, what is it?
Incremental?
Short-term sacrifices will equal long-term results for us.
Yeah, what you said.
Short-term sacrifices.
I never know what's
results.
going on in here, so I just pay attention and wait and choose my words wisely some days.
No, and so for us, that's what happened when we started. We plugged into everything. If there was ever an opportunity to tag up with our coach, we did it. When our coach would say, hey, I've got, Joel Therien, I want you to talk to him. You guys are taking action. We're like, yep, Whenever we can talk to them, let's do it. And we did. If there was a webinar, we were on it. If there was a pre-recorded something, we were listening to it. I mean, we just plugged in and we just became students of this business. And really, what did our weekly activities look like?
Well, I can dive into it, because early on when we found Now Lifestyle, it was a little difficult for us to take massive action and actually know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And so we just did stuff.
Yes.
All the time.
But what we did, and this was something that was super helpful to us early on, we did things that were income generating activities.
So things that were productive.
As in broadcasts, like daily broadcasts.
What's emails. A broadcast email? It's
an email that you write physically. It's a great way to tell a story. It's a great way to build relationships with people. And we sent it to our list. Even when we had one person on our list, which that happened, like we started off with
I remember that day. It was like the happiest day ever. Like, we have someone that wants to know what we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah,
we pretty much great. Already made it.
It was great. And then we started, for us, we began running traffic. So we started off with a very minimal budget, marketing budget. And whatever that budget was, we allocated it, to the weeks so that we could have traffic running consistently every week. And yeah, it was small when we first started out.
Absolutely.
But I knew Sunday night we were sending our solo ad provider our updated links. I knew our broadcast emails were set up for the week. We started shooting YouTube videos as we were learning things. We talk about ILT on this team.
What does that mean?
Invest, learn, and teach. So we were investing in ourselves. We were learning from our investment, and we were turning around and we were teaching people.
Well, and our investment was not monetarily. It was with our brains.
Time. Oh, and our brains.
Well, yeah, time. But no, we were investing in our brains to learn what the heck we were actually doing. Because we wanted to lead a team. We wanted to lead a team. Yeah. We've always had a vision of the 3LE team being massive and impacting millions of people, and it will.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. It's like when we first got started, we told our coach, we want to be your biggest leg of business.
We told them that the first week we were in.
Yeah. And I'm sure we've had people tell us that, and then a month later they're gone. They
usually
just disappeared.
What do I say when somebody tells me something like that?
Prove it.
I say prove it.
It says prove it. He even tells me prove it sometimes. So it's not just.
I don't have a problem using those two words, prove it.
Mm-hmm. But we did. And here's what was cool. Do you remember our first month in business, we made $78.
Very clearly, $78. We were ecstatic about it.
We were ecstatic, but
we were disgusted by it too.
Because we knew we were capable of more. And I don't just mean that from a monetary standpoint. I mean, we set out in this business to literally help build our platform and to help us become financially independent. We both still work full time. Adam owns a business. I'm in a high functioning role. And what that pays us, it's a lot to replace. And so we have to ensure that when we make that move, that we make it permanently.
Yeah.
So that we will never be back in a full-time job ever, 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 ever.
Means you got to do it right one time. But here's a couple things to understand about that. That means you are an extremely important part of that equation, because it's not that every single follow-up that we get on, somebody doesn't say, well, this is what I want. They tell me their why. And I said, do you know what it's going to take to do that? Because right now, all I've heard you do is complain about how you're broke and how busy you are. So if I'm just going to be super straight with you, you better change your mindset, because you do not possess the qualities to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you? Absolutely, because we didn't always possess the qualities. What you're going to have to do is sell out to yourself. What you're going to have to do is go get a why that's bigger than you. And if you have a why that's bigger than you, typically that means you need to go impact other people. And through the process of impacting other people, you'll become a better version of yourself, a version of yourself you didn't even know that you could be. And all the while you found this serendipity. Maybe you clicked on an ad that said you could make some money online. The serendipity comes when you get involved and you realize it's been about you your entire life. You just haven't had the help or the right vehicle to get to where you want to be from point A to point B. All we've ever tried to do is be the vehicle or the boat or the bridge from A to B for people if they choose to cross it. And I can't make you do it. Don't care to try. But that's where we're going.
Absolutely. So that's really where we started. And what we did, that first month, getting that first paycheck, we had never earned a paycheck like that online. And in our heads, we were like, if we can earn $78, we can earn $780. We can earn $780. We can earn $7,800, and so on and so forth.
Hey guys, just want to know, Joel Therien, the man's on right now, so welcome, Mr. Therien.
He said his first. Hey, that is an awesome first month. It took him 2 years to make $9.97.
Yep, it sure did. And that was the story when he told me that the first time. I was like, did you remove everyone's excuse?
Yeah. Or anyone who has ever quit because after their first week because they didn't make X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
Silly.
So last February, we spent Valentine's Day on a webinar like this with this bald-headed dude with a goatee that rides Harleys that we met on YouTube. You probably know him too. His name's Daniel Cook.
We were on a webinar though. We were like having a romantic dinner with him.
No, we were getting our business up and running. Like we were on a Zoom at the time.
Yep.
And we're like, hey dude, I know you don't know anything about us. Saw your video. I guarantee I'll do what you tell me to do, and we did. Mm-hmm. And I think he kind of had the attitude where he was like, prove it. And I was like, yes. That's why I like the guy. He's like, oh, you want me to prove it? Oh, I'm going to prove it. Yeah. Oh, we're proving it. And then he helped us, and he answered all of our questions, and he was a good coach. And then he introduced us to Joel, which was awesome.
Yeah. So when, honey, do you feel like we had our first like breakthrough, the moment where it was like, we can actually do this thing?
Yeah, it made me mad. What happened was we went from $78 to like $300 or $400, and then the following month it took a step back. And the reason it took a step back is we had not actually decided that we were going to formulate our own process for our business team.
We hadn't made it ours yet. Like we were in what I call, and if anyone was down in Texas and heard this, our duplication talk, we had employee mentality. To an extent.
Yeah, like, not badly. We just didn't know what the heck we were doing online is the truth.
We had applied what we learned, but that can only take you so far. It has to become yours. You have to take ownership of it. So we started doing things like creating our own Facebook group.
Well, we'll get super real here and tell you exactly how we did what we did.
Yeah. Do you really?
We started working this thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with a system behind it. The thing that we saw was that we had to follow up with people if we were actually going to teach them what the videos and now lifestyle we're talking about. We had to build our own training platform to fill in the blanks in some areas. Mm-hmm. We had to work this thing 7 days a week. We get up most days at 5, 6 in the morning, come home at 5 at night, and then we work this thing for a while.
Usually our alarm clocks are not actually our alarm clocks. It's our Facebook Messenger going off or text messages from people who are either overseas or our folks who are on the East Coast who have been up for like 2 hours and they're like, hey, you guys up? I got this question. And honestly, there's nothing better than waking up to people who are hungry, who just want to learn.
Well, I'm typically hungry in the morning too. So I just get my bowl of Wheaties, and then it's funny because you learn how to eat breakfast with one hand and message in the other hand.
It's true.
I
don't know how many times I've done the one eye open and have dropped my phone on my face in the morning. That's happened a few times too.
So we always had this vision of what we wanted for the 3LE team in a duplicatable, awesome system and platform. And now Lifestyle helped us get that to a place that we wanted it to get to. And so it's been awesome to just meet everybody and shake everybody's hand and pour our hearts out to people. And they did the same for us in a lot of cases. And so really what made us get to the point of making this thing happen is I hate losing.
Yeah,
I hate losing more than I like to win. I refuse. I will not lose. And with that, when you duplicate that in your team, I'm not willing to see my team lose either. And so what happened was we started doing, and I'll just tell you our schedule, okay? Monday nights live to all of you guys, right? Tuesday night. Go ahead.
Which was super fun. That didn't happen for a while. Some of the leaders had been running webinars. I know Janet Loureiro runs a Thursday night. I think the Webergs were doing Wednesday night at that time. Daniel started falling into a cadence on Tuesdays.
Yep.
And they were like, hey, Monday night's open. Are you guys interested? And we're like, what?
We were a little bit I don't know if I can take that on.
Yeah.
But we really wanted to share with you guys.
Especially for us guys working full time and building our business outside of that. And I mean, when we're when we're at work, we have to be at work. Like, you're on ladders half the time with drywall and all this craziness. I'm
pretty sure I've helped people build their teams when I'm like 50 foot in the air, holding heavy things in one hand and the phone in the other.
Yeah.
If I tell you I'm sold out to you, I'm not joking around.
That's true. And I mean, I can be in a boardroom at any time with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company pitching about software solutions, and my phone's blowing up that, so-and-so's got a question.
So you work for a multi-million-dollar company with multi-million-dollar deals that you've built, and you stop to help the brand newest online.
Oh yeah, I'm in the bathroom. Like, usually if I'm messaging you, I'm in the bathroom at work, by the way. So,
it's the only time she messages me.
It's the only quiet I have.
For real, like we're on the same level.
But on the real, that's a real thing. That's our life.
Yeah, I see Mike Potman's on. By the way, Mike? Welcome, Mr. Potman. It was awesome meeting you in Texas. Yeah. So thank you for everything that you did to pull that weekend off.
He's the man behind the man.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the guy that just he's like a ninja in the background.
Yeah, he doesn't like being on video either.
No,
like, you will not find a video of Mike anywhere. Anyway, so let's get into this. So I want to show you what our week, because I want people to know what it's just honestly, if you want to be a big time leader,
you're in review, man.
With Now Lifestyle, it's man, let's call it what it was. We enjoyed it. Are we tired? Oh yeah, you have no idea how tired I am. But it's fun to be tired sometimes. All right. And so, originally we started going live to our coach's Facebook page. I don't even know when it was. Was it Mondays? Or is it Sundays?
Sundays.
I don't even remember.
To our team page?
So to Daniel's team page.
Oh, sure. One of those
nights. I think it was Thursdays. Anyways, so then we started going live to Now Lifestyle.
For sure.
He's a cool guy. We started going live to All Now Lifestyle on Monday nights, which typically we always tried to bring you guys fresh material every single week. And you got to understand what's happening behind the scenes. We're running traffic, following up, building our business, working full time. So if we ever came on and we're edgy or I got a little bit irritated, I apologize.
Or I was zoning out,
but it was always, Daniel says it was Wednesday. I don't remember.
All right.
But it was hard. But we came on with fresh material, and we had a topic of duplication, which I am passionate about because it's how to help people win. And so I did that every Monday. And then Tuesdays, we started doing for the first 6 months in our business, we did follow-ups with people that we brought on every single night of the week.
One-on-one.
Typically 4 or 5 a night.
Yep.
They each ran for about 45 minutes.
Zoom style. Let us meet with you one-on-one. We're going to get to know you, hear a little bit about your story, tell you a little bit about us, and help you get your LCS set up and help you start to drive traffic. We took people through those exact steps. We'd screen shared the whole, that whole process. We would walk them through.
And so we and it was Now Lifestyle. It was, here's your autoresponder, here's your conference center software, and we promoted the page builder that I believe launched today or yesterday. And so we did that every single night of the week, 4 or 5 hours a night. And so we got smart and we're like, well, what are we doing? Why don't we start killing more birds with less stones? So we started hey, we teach duplication. So we invited our entire team in to
do you remember that season though? That was nuts. I would come home from after work, I'd go work out, get home at 7. I would have a minute to throw my hair up in a top knot, maybe have a protein shake. And we'd be on webinar. I'd be in my gross sweats and I'd throw on a sweater and we'd be webinar until 10 o'clock at night. And then after that, it was okay, maybe I could eat a decent meal. We would catch up on any messages from the day and I had to go to bed and you would stay up till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, typically a little bit later than that because we have people on the West Coast that wouldn't start messaging until midnight. So, but Jerry Adams said he remembers our Zoom call. You know what? I no-showed Jerry for our first follow-up.
We did. We forgot. Jerry, we're sorry.
It was the day before Thanksgiving, and
we were so tired.
I didn't know. Anyways, so we started doing that. We got smart and we said, well, let's just go do group follow-ups. And we learned something about building a team there. So if you're building a Now Lifestyle team, I want you to know, if you want to be a leader, you need to do group activities. You need to be the face of your team, the same way that Don and Janet are, or the Webergs, or Ashley and I have tried to do, or what Daniel does, be the face of your team and take ownership over it. Because here's the thing, if you see the people on the leaderboard, there's a reason for it.
Yep. They're an example. They all set an example. They duplicate, They understand how to lead. I mean, it's seriously that simple. It was like, if we're not willing to do this, no one that we work with will be willing to do this. Like, I'm not going to go tell somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So,
and I'll tell you, somebody just made a comment that they're computer challenged. 99.9% of the people that will join your Now Lifestyle team have like barely turned on a computer before. That's what I've learned.
Yep.
Now, is that bad? No, it's not bad. It's that you need to understand when you're brand new online, that when you're not brand new anymore, you still have to be sympathetic to the people that are. Because if you're not, they're going to get so frustrated, and then you don't need to be another person that doesn't believe in them.
Yep. I'll tell you, this business has taught me on another level empathy. If you don't know what that word means, just go look it up. It has taught me empathy and patience, because we work this thing as a team. Adam is so in the depths of the relationships. Now, don't get me wrong, I have relationships, but Adam has the business strategy relationships in our team. This guy sits up and strategizes, and he's truly the visionary for our business. I am certainly the more technical, like, if you have a question, if you got a problem, I solve it. Did you get that?
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, good.
If you got a problem.
Thank you. Gosh.
The DJ is going to resolve it.
Revolve it.
Revolve it.
It's okay.
We should say resolve it, because there's issues, and then like you resolve them.
But that's what it was.
Man, why did we come into that song tonight? Because that gets copyrighted every time.
Yeah,
people are still fighting
that
over
Vanilla
that.
Ice. He just, it's all good. No, but
or was it Freddie Mercury? That's my question.
True. So I feel like we're kind of getting into lessons learned. Like, we learned a lot through the process. We learned what worked. We learned what didn't work. As business owners, we understood, and I think our business really became ours when we made a decision to set up our group and honestly start doing those webinars for our group to plug into. And any new person they had on their team come into those webinars, get to know the people that you're working with. And it also helped for the people that were on our team that wanted to become leaders, who were like, hey, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I can't present how you guys present. I'm like, hey, hop on a couple with us. Like, come check it out.
Like we present well.
I don't either. Like, come just learn how we do it. We literally run it the same way every time. It's just the conversations are a little different one-on-one, because people are different. So yeah, for us, I'd say that was a big learning curve, but it really truly became ours when we made the decision to take ownership of our business. And something else we learned, we learned that this business is ours. Like, here's the thing. This is a network marketing company. You have the opportunity to become a reseller of the products, which is absolutely awesome, but you fall into a team, right? And it's so easy sometimes to look at your coach. And we came from offline network marketing. Like, we get this. You have a coach, and people look at that coach almost like their boss. And something that we've really tried to instill in the people we work with is that we are not your boss. We are a resource for you. Like, yes, we are your coaches. And for some people, we're even their mentors, which has been such an amazing blessing to be able to do that. But at the same time, anyone who would come to us, where they're like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or what do you think about, should I go all in and invest in NLS University, or should I buy traffic? I'm like, well, like, I would just help. I'm like, let's talk about that decision. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, because this is your business. And at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with the decisions that you're making. And, we'd have people come to us quite truly, quite frankly, that were like, hey, I'm on a ledge right now. Like, I'm about ready to quit this thing. And I'm like, all right, let's talk about why. I never tried to talk anybody out of it. We never did that.
Well, I think you got to ask them who they're quitting on.
For sure.
Are they quitting on the opportunity or yourself?
Yeah.
Because there's a massive difference. People leave or go different directions all the time, and it's a good move for them and their family and their future. Some people just roll over and quit on themselves and never really get anywhere. Within the 3LE team, we don't quit on people, and the 3LE team doesn't quit. What we do is go find the best possible avenue for us to continue to win and help each other. And that's what we're sold out to doing, because that's what I told each and every one of those people I would do the day they came on, and they told me their why, and I told them my why. I said, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do this thing together. And it's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. What else? What other lessons? Any other lessons we learned other than like all of the lessons?
So, honestly, what it came down to was when we really started to grow in Now Lifestyle, we had great support and help from Joel and from Daniel. But what really happened was within the relationships that we built on our team and the duplication that happened because of the system that Ashleigh and I put out there. Mm-hmm. We gave people a home, which we never will ever go away from. And we gave people the ability, see, as an upline, you never want to put pressure on your downline. You want to take the pressure off of them. So we always aspired to be the pressure release valve. So we started doing every single follow-up for our downline. Now, does that sound crazy to you? Let me tell you something. It's powerful.
Yeah.
It wasn't that we did 60 follow-ups in a week with every single new person. No, we had 2 set follow-up times. Tuesday, 7:30 and Thursday, 7:30. And everybody that had a brand new person that learned how to plug them into the system, they brought their guest on and we walked them through setting up their lead capture system and driving traffic.
We started having other people on our team who were like, hey,
they started to duplicate and actually run those webinars.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
They'd step in for us on a Thursday night. They're like, you guys take the night off. Donald Leaf, awesome dude. Take the night off, you guys.
Jason Ulema, Seacrest, awesome.
Amazing.
We've brought people on that were excellent marketers. And they wanted to be associated with what Ashleigh and I were doing. And we've continued to work with those people. And over time, what we realize is how powerful we can actually be online and with our 3LE mission, Love Life, Lift Everyone, that we are the CEOs of. Now, I'm not the CEO of Now Lifestyle, but I am the CEO of 3LE team. And we make business decisions based on the future of what we're building online. And we very much appreciate everything that we've come to learn and the relationships that we've built in Now Lifestyle. And we don't need to go much longer here, but we want to let everybody know that this is the last time you'll see us on a Monday Night Live to Now Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about what's next and why.
Well, here's what's next. We're going to take some time to focus on our business and the 3LE team and the future of it. And we just want to let everybody know up front that we love and appreciate every one of you and the relationships that we've created in the past that we hope to continue in the future. Mm-hmm. And so the next year in 2019 for us, I am bringing this woman home from her job. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Yeah. We have been absolutely so honored and blessed to be able to, number one, have Joel's belief in us to have our face with this company. And we want to just transparently share with you that we're not going away from Now Lifestyle. Our account is still there. But we made a decision for ourselves to really hunker down and to, like Adam said, I mean, we build this thing with our hair on fire. But for us, it's to take a step back. We had to evaluate some of the things that we needed. And one of the things we needed was to focus on us and obviously the core of our business and our business team. And so sometimes in a business that requires making a tough decision, and this was a really tough decision, but cannot tell you guys how much we appreciate you and have appreciated this business and this opportunity. It has been absolutely amazing. It's been an amazing first online business for us. And I always tell people you're only new once, and being new in this company has been amazing because it's showed us things that have just been amazing. And so for us, for Adam and I, we made a decision to shift our focus to another vehicle and really just kind of focus on that in 2019. And that
vehicle being the 3LE team, by the way.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. And so for that, it's tough. It's tough to have that. And, transparently, we had a conversation with Joel, and I'm sure that conversation will continue. We just appreciate him and all that he's done for us. Yep. To Mike Poppin and JB, who we know just work relentless hours down in Texas for all that you do. For Eve, who is like our right hand whenever we had questions.
Awesome.
You guys, if you don't know who Eve is,
if you don't know any of those people, earn your way in there and get to know them.
Yeah. I mean, she's amazing. She is like Joel's right hand and is in charge of all of the support team, and is just awesome. And I know she's overseas, but Eve, thank you so much. Yep. I was going to say something else and it totally dropped from my brain.
Well, probably not.
That's
probably not needed then.
It's true.
We just want to let you guys know that we've appreciated and loved every second of sharing Monday night with you guys. And
oh my God.
At this point, we're just humbly stepping away from a leadership role within this company to focus on our family and our business team.
For sure. And here's what's great is this opens up an opportunity for someone to take a step forward and to be a leader in this organization and to take that next step in their business that we were able to take over the last 11 months. We know many of you will stay in touch with many of you. We're not dying. We will not be strangers to anyone here. But yeah, we're excited for the next layer of leadership to kind of step up within this company.
Well, there's an open spot on Monday, and I'm telling somebody, you better step up, man up, and take the spot.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. We've had an amazing year. So with that being said, just want to say thank you, guys.
I think we should probably exit.
Do you?
Via the elevator.
For those of you who don't know,
there's an elevator in our house, in our office.
It's been out of commission for a while, but we got it fixed. We called a guy, and he was like...
We had a repairman. He said, oh, well, here, this is where you're at. Let me help you go to the next level. Anyways, here's what we're saying. We're saying goodbye 2018. It's time to get free in 2019, right?
Yep.
Woo!
See you guys later.
Still got the bad knees. This elevator is so slow tonight. It's ridiculous.
Bye, guys.
Oh, love you.